The Green Bay Packers, the Chicago Bears, two of the NFL's oldest and most storied franchises, supported by some of the league's most passionate fans who are looking to add one more to their roster of superfans. Which team will gain a new supporter? It all depends on who can persuade tonight's free agent fan. Welcome to Free Agent Fan, the series where diehard fan bases compete to win over and ultimately sign our coveted free agent fan. Tonight, super fans of the Chicago Bears and the Green Bay Packers will present their case for why they are the fan base worthy of our free agents' total and undying loyalty. This isn't like joining a gym. Our fan will actually have to show up and commit their lives to this decision. We know what's at stake. Now, let's meet our free agent fan. Marvin's moved around a bunch his whole life, and now his work takes him all over the country. While he loves football, his nomadic lifestyle has made it difficult to commit to one squad. Marvin, how you doing? How did we get here, buddy?
Matt, like you mentioned, I've moved around the whole country. I've lived in the Midwest, West Coast, East Coast. My family's from Minnesota. My wife's from Minnesota. They are division rivals. Of all the teams,
So they're Vikings fans.
They're diehard Vikings fans. My wife said, as I was getting on the plane, pick whoever you want, just do not pick the Packers or the Bears.
So wait, your wife's from Minnesota. You lived in Minnesota. Why didn't you choose the Purple People Eaters?
When I was in Minnesota, it was during their Tavares Jackson days. Brett Favre had just, retired and then retired and come over. It was a whole thing. I was young, I was naive. I don't know why I didn't pick one.
Well, you're a brave man going against your wife, so I like that. But what are you looking for in an NFL franchise, buddy?
I'm a huge NFL fan, so I do like, history. I like the historic teams.
Yes.
I want the fan base to be crazy. And these two teams, they go crazy. And, I like representation, Being in the Midwest, it could be a little, not as diverse, but I'm hoping I can see myself in other fans as well.
Marvin's looking for energy and passion, a little bit of crazy. No better teams to choose from than the Packers and the Bears. They're the two most winningest franchises in NFL history. Their rivalry goes back to 1921. Both fan bases have a lot to cheer for and a lot to cheer against, Marvin. So let's hear from the super fans of the granddaddies of professional football, the Bears.
When I think of the Packers, just ugly colors, man.
You're wearing a jersey that's piss yellow and puke green.
Looks like a trash can.
That's very true.
They're so proud that they make cheese.
Like, what are you doing? You're wearing cheese on your head. You look like a cartoon character.
Does that scare you? Is that scary? No.
They also make toilet paper up there. Are they proud of that? Why don't they wear that on their head?
How many people live in Green Bay? Like 14?
After the game, what are you gonna do? Go to the farms and look at the cows?
Come on. We got so much to do here.
No. You wanna come back here to the city.
The restaurants, the food, Italian beef, Chicago-style hot dogs.
Chicago food is so much better. We got Portillo's. What do you have?
This is where you wanna be. This, Chicago.
All right, there were some shots fired in there.
Okay.
I heard them called trash cans and likened Green Bay to the toilet paper capital of the world. What'd you think, Marvin?
Well, being from Minnesota, I've heard a lot of that trash talk. I've heard all that and worse.
Okay.
Cheese
Who
block on your
doesn't?
head, football,
Yeah,
what does
okay.
football and cheese have to do with anything?
All right,
you know?
well, from the Windy City to the frozen tundra, now let's hear what Packer fans have to say about those not so warm and fuzzy Bears.
When I think of the Chicago Bears,
Wow.
I think the Bears still suck.
What's the Bears motto? Bear down?
I feel like Bears fans are always depressed. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Completely full of misery.
That is the dumbest thing I have ever heard in my entire life.
They start the season thinking they're the greatest team.
It's the Bears' year.
Bear down?
Halfway through the season, they already come to realize that their team sucks.
You literally are putting your own team down.
Nothing new.
Why would you want to go to the Chicago Bears
That outfit's amazing.
when I think their display case is pretty empty?
The Packers have won more championships than any other team.
You've got Aaron Rodgers.
The best quarterback in the league right now.
I mean, there's a reason Aaron Rodgers says, "I own you," when he goes to Soldier Field.
Only talking facts here.
This is why you should pick the Packers over the Bears.
Okay, I thought Chicago's trash talk was good. Green Bay brought it, Marvin. What'd you think?
This is starting to set in right now that I'm gonna have to be a super fan of one of these
Yes,
two teams.
that's it when you're a free agent fan, buddy.
That trash talk, amazing. Get-ups, amazing.
Well, you should make some notes because when you're trash talking your wife, you can use some of the lines that we've heard between the Bears and the Packers.
Well, what I'm looking forward now is a new family, too.
All right, well, after the break, we're going back to visit our diehard fans to see which squad will ultimately sway Marvin their way. Welcome back to Free Agent Fan, where our soon-to-be super fan Marvin, who's from literally everywhere in the U.S. and really around the world, is eager to hear more about these two fan bases. Quick question, Marvin. How do you feel about cheese?
Love it with wine. Not sure how I feel about it in Wisconsin.
Or on your head? Well, first up, we're headed to Green Bay, Wisconsin to hear from the Cheeseheads themselves. Now, when you win the Super Bowl, you're presented with the Lombardi Trophy. That's named after the legendary Packers coach. So you know these fans know their football.
I'm Edgar Reyes, also known as Pac Vader.
There he is.
Hi, my name is Corey Benke.
Hi, I'm Aaron Nagler.
So this is where we do our podcast.
Cheesehead TV.
I am Jeff Kalo, and I've been doing Frozen Tundra Man for 21 years.
That dude is crazy.
I was the weird Mexican kid that started following what we call in Mexico the football Americano. When I moved to Chicago about 30 years ago, there was so much hatred toward the Packers. Honestly, it was the easiest decision of my life to become a Packer fan.
He really went to the dark side.
Living in Chicago, obviously, they don't appreciate when they see Green Bay logos. I like to rub it in their face that we are their nightmare.
So this is where it all started. 2007 from Inwood, Manhattan. Cheesehead TV, I started with my best friend, Aaron Nagler.
We were diehard Packers fans who didn't live anywhere near Wisconsin.
We had a daily conversation on the phone.
Knock down, drag out,
Shout over each other.
full-throated fights about the Packers all the time.
And we just were like, you know, what if we turn this conversation we have into a podcast?
Hell no. Packers number one. True, Nagler. Packers number one, baby. Nagler. Packers number one.
Packers number one. Packers.
Packer Transplants, our podcast was born.
No matter the fact that Corey has moved back to Green Bay, I still live in New York City. We're as diehard now as we ever were.
Frozen Tundra Man came to be back in 2001 when a news crew came in here and they filmed my hats and what I did, and they invited me to be onto the field. I had basically 24 hours to plan, and I said to myself, what hasn't been created at Lambeau Field yet? What is it known for? It's the Frozen Tundra. I knew foam, I knew how to work with it, and I started adding icicles, and it's just to the point where it is right now, which is a lot of obnoxiousness.
That outfit's amazing.
Every single time I have to have some type of facial hair to apply the sickle. Sometimes you have 3 games in a row. I don't have facial hair in that 3rd game, so I apply it to the skin, and that is the worst because it kind of leaves a mark, you know. People laugh at me because I just look like a rabid dog.
There's the GOAT.
Oh, when I think of the Packers, I think of the history behind it, all the great players.
This team won 13 world championships. That's incredible.
The whole aura of Lambeau Field.
And that's something that fans never forget.
And this is Lambeau, baby, yeah.
Wow.
I like to say Lambeau Field's my lake, so this is my lake house. Titletown, Lambeau Field, Green Bay, Wisconsin. It's an incredible historical piece of Americana.
To me, it's like the 8th wonder of the world.
The first thing that comes to mind when I think Packers is family.
I think Green Bay is known for their friendliness.
Go, Pack, go!
The idea of being bonded by something.
That is why we're the best fans in the world. It's just hands down.
The bike tradition goes back to Lombardi's time.
They're always willing to talk to you. They're always willing to participate in different events.
You know, that connection between players and the community, especially the kids, it's a pretty small town and pretty special in that regard. And that is absolutely one of the things I love about it.
You know, I have a 1926 Packers-Bears program just to kind of show that, like,
The oldest rivalry in the NFL.
I don't care if my Green Bay Packers ended up the season with a 2-14 record, as long as those 2 wins are against the Bears.
Go, Pack, go.
The way that we back up our team is second to none.
You know, like Vince Lombardi put it one day, God, family, and Packers in that order.
Well, those cheeseheads brought it, Marvin. What'd you think?
Oh, I'm mad to say you're right. They did bring it. You know, I got a sense of family. I got a sense of crazy fandom with Tundra Man. The podcast guys living the NFL dream. And I love the fact that I'm seeing representation in the fan base. That's awesome. But it's freezing. I don't know if I want to be that cold outside, you know, like.
That is a good point. A December game in Lambeau, I don't think you'd need fake
That
icicles
sounds
on your
freezing.
beard.
Yeah.
Well, after the break, we're meeting with the monsters of the Midway as they try to convince Marvin to bear down when Free Agent Fan returns. Welcome back to Free Agent Fan, where we've heard from the lords of Lambeau. Now it's time to let our fans from the Windy City bare their souls.
What's going on, fam? It's your boy Bear Mysterio coming to you live from the Chicago Bears den.
Bear Mysterio?
He's all in.
My name is Johnny Vitti, and I'm the biggest diehard Bears fan on the south side of Chicago.
Wow, there we go.
I'm Don Wachter. I'm known as the Bear Man.
Wow.
Bear down.
85 Bears, baby, best defense of all time. 85, were you even alive? No, I was born in 92, but like, seen highlights. I've been a comedian for 3 years now. My biggest fan base, I would say, is on Facebook. They share my videos all the time, millions of views. The reason I choose to focus on Bears versus Packers content is because it's very real in Chicago. Jeez. Wait, you're not a Go Pack Go, baby. Cheesehead, huh? Such a fun video to make. There's a lot of trash talk. I wrote a poem for you. Roses are red, McCarthy was fired, the Bears sacked Favre, and then he retired.
That's pretty cool.
Wow.
My inspiration has always been Bear Man. He's a great friend of mine. So I said, I want to be like that, but I don't want to do the same thing. So I combined my favorite things. One is Lucha Libre, and the other was my Bears. I just added the Mohawk, my signature, and I became Bear Mysterio.
Very creative.
Not many people know my true identity. I have a 3-year-old son. He knows my identity. I have a mask for everything. I have a mask for the shower.
Whoa, what's going on here?
I run the Chicago Marathon every year, so I have a mask for that as well. Nobody knows.
Are those real bears?
The bear is the greatest predator in North America. And I kind of wanted to portray that. So in '96, I went to a taxidermy shop and I bought a black bear head rug. I cut the head off the rug.
Oh, so it is a real bear.
I made it fit on my head, and over 25 years later, I'm still Bear Man. I call my home Bear Man's Den. Like half my house is the bear animal, and then the rest of it is a Chicago Bears theme. You know, with my vehicles also. Both of them are all bear tricked out, and I drive them to work, drive them everywhere. It's a way for me to show how die-hard a fan I am.
Justin Fields.
Yeah.
Really what drives my fandom is history. We are the oldest franchise in football history.
9 championships, the most Hall of Famers with 30.
We're known for our defense, the monsters of the Midway.
They got that moniker for the toughness of this team, just like the bear logo there. It's ferocious.
Your typical Bear fan is a hard-working person. We go out there, we give it all.
Doesn't matter if we're 4-12, 12-4. We're gonna cheer like we just won the Super Bowl no matter what.
When you go to Soldier Field and you go through those tunnels, all you'll hear is Green Bay sucks. Green Bay sucks.
You know, the Packer game is the most popular game on the schedule for us because we want to beat them so much.
So the beef between the Bears and Packers rivalry is, a lot of people don't know this.
The Bears bailed the Packers out of a financial crisis.
Back in the 50s, the Packers had a small stadium and the NFL was on the Packers to get a new stadium or they would have to relocate.
Who saved them? George Halas, owner of the Bears.
So without the Bears' help and Papa Halas, there wouldn't be no Packers.
Packers don't like bringing that up, but
You're welcome. Bear Mysterio misses no home games. We are season ticket holders. You want to tailgate with us, you're an automatic first and 10 member. A lot of food, a lot of drinks, but make sure that you're ready for some banter because we're Chicagoans. We like to talk a lot of smack.
every single Sunday, Monday, Thursday, whatever they play, I don't care what's going on, I'm watching. Game day is insane. Bunch of food, bunch of drinks. Packers fans are not allowed, so don't even think about it.
I love doing it. I'm right there by the tunnel where the Bears come out. I'm one of the first fans they see. That gets them fired up.
Born and raised Chicago, and what else are you gonna do? Watch football.
All right, Marvin, those Bear fans were not hibernating. They brought it. I mean, the dude is wearing a real bear suit. His house looks like a zoo.
These Bear fans were equally as crazy as the Packer fans. Bear Mysterio over the top. Bear guy somehow even topped him. And like the comedian said, I mean, he even put on a Packers jersey. These guys are committed to their team.
I'm sure he burned it when he took it off. And I didn't know Papa Bear George Halas actually saved Green Bay back in the 50s. That's a good talking point to have for your trash talk.
That is like the Bears' trump card. Whenever the Packers are talking smack, the Bears can always bring that up in their back pocket. That's pretty good.
Kind of makes the Green Bay Packers gold diggers. Well, I can see this is not going to be easy. Marvin has a tough and huge decision to make. Will it be the Chicago Bears or the Green Bay Packers? We'll find out next on Free Agent Fan. Welcome back to Free Agent Fan, the series where super fans from two rival NFL teams try to convince a free agent fan to commit to their team. Marvin, you're our free agent fan. It's the Bears and the Packers. Which way you leaning?
I don't know where to go. Is it too late to be a Vikings fan? Can I pick the Vikings?
You know what? You had 6 years to choose them. You didn't choose them for a reason. How about it?
Matt, I have no idea what I'm going to do. You know, we have the Cheeseheads, who I never thought I'd pick, but their fans were just so great. Frozen Tundra Man, you know, but then we have the Windy City. You have a big city feel. You have Bearman and Bear Mysterio, but his really sweaty mask, you know. But I would love to go to the tailgate, which would be amazing, but then you have Aaron Rodgers, the GOAT, on the Packers. I don't know what I'm
Okay,
gonna
how
do.
about this? We give the super fans one last Hail Mary to sway you. Take a look at this, Marvin.
Free agent fan, this is why you pick the Chicago Bears.
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
It's a team that is proud of its heritage.
We are a town of dynasties.
History.
Free agent fan, look, I know you're probably swimming right now.
I'm just gonna put it to you this way.
The Green Bay Packers are the greatest tailgate fans in the world.
What do we do before the game? We tailgate.
Bar end, period. We can stop the show.
What do we do after the game? We tailgate.
First game, you're coming with me
Come to Bridgeport, come to Ballpark Pub.
because you're automatically part of my crew, my friend.
I'm gonna give you this big bear hug.
Come on down, give me a call.
I'll be looking for you,
We'll walk you through the parking lot. We'll have a good time.
and I'll be honored to buy you your first beer at Lambeau Field.
We welcome you with open arms, and we can't wait for you.
Pick the Green Bay Packers.
Welcome to Bear Nation.
All right, Marvin, I don't know if that helped you or just made it harder, but this is it. This is the moment we've all been building towards, decision time. Right now, you're gonna have 15 seconds to make a choice that will stick with you for the rest of your life. I know you're in a marriage. This is a real commitment. Your team. 15 seconds on the clock, and the time starts now. You can see that, the Bearman, he wore a real bear suit, but then there's the Frozen Tundra guy, who actually was Frozen Tundra. Of course, Chicago bailed out the Packers, but then again, 4 rings and Aaron Rodgers. Oh, it's gonna be tough. That's time. Marvin, I need a decision. Chicago Bears or Green Bay Packers? You gotta make the choice, buddy. The clock is out of time.
Even if my wife kills me,
Chicago Bears.
I'm going Packers.
Oh, he gave us the head fake, but he goes with Green Bay. He's got his jersey. And I will say, just in case, Frozen Tundra Man sent you a cheesehead. What was it that made you choose the Pack?
Well, Chicago's such a big city, and I just like the small town country, you know? And of course, Aaron Rodgers, you know? And hopefully my wife can welcome me home.
Well, Sunday's just got a lot more interesting in his house. Congrats to the Green Bay Packers on your newest superfan. We'll see you next time on Free Agent Fan.
What the hell is going on with you?
You picked the Packers? Are you kidding? I don't even want to look at you anymore.
You're killing me.
What are you going to do after Aaron Rodgers retires in 2 years? You guys are going to suck.
I'm sorry for you. I wish you all the best, though. Cheesehead.
Did our Free Agent Fan make the right choice? Let us know in the comments below. And while you're at it, give us a like, hit the subscribe button, and ring that bell to stay up to date on all things Free Agent Fan.